What's up, everybody? It's your boy Steve Bookin, and it's really been a privilege to participate in this sim racing hobby. I've been really blessed to be able to mess around with some really dope sim racing hardware and software. But it hasn't always been sunshine and rainbows. I've thrown some money at some really bad products over my 5 or so years of sim racing. So yeah, I'm going to quickly go over the 7 worst sim racing purchases I've made, and like the other videos, I'm going to try to make this real quick. So let's get into it. I'll start with Thrustmaster's first Ferrari F1 wheel. Now, there's a lot of things I don't like about this wheel, like the cheap seesaw paddle shifters, the fake buttons, and the lack of rev lights. But the deal breaker on this steering wheel is the overall design. Yeah, man, it's something about the way this wheel is designed that sends a pain from my wrist all the way up to my shoulders. So yeah, this thing has spent most of its life sitting on a shelf collecting dust. But after this video, I think it's finally going to make its way onto eBay. So next is the Thrustmaster T248. Now, this one really burned. One, because it's really expensive, and two, I really like the steering wheel and the pedals that come with the T248, but unfortunately Thrustmaster dropped the ball on this one. The T248 has terrible force feedback in my opinion. It feels just like the old Logitech Driving Force GT. I use this thing to make my review video, and it's been under my bed collecting dust ever since. So yeah, the T248 will probably find its way on the eBay after this video as well, but I think I'm going to keep the pedals. I really like the pedals that come with the T248, but yeah, the wheelbase is going bye-bye. Next is the Rigmotec cell phone holder for the Thrustmaster wheelbases. I really like Rigmotec, but this is one of my worst purchases because one, it's kind of expensive for what it is, and two, it sits too low on the wheelbase and nearly all my steering wheels block it out of my view when I'm driving, and three, it's too small for nearly all modern cell phones. I think most, if not all, cell phones made after 2015 probably won't fit. So yeah, I don't think I'm gonna sell this thing. I'll most likely just give it away to somebody on the forums. Next is NASCAR 21 Ignition. Now, I fought myself for this one. One, because I don't even like NASCAR. Yeah, man, this was a content purchase, and since the publisher Motorsports Games had acquired Studio 397, there was some whispers going around in the forums that NASCAR 21 Ignition was going to have some R Factor 2 ingredients in it, but I don't think that ended up being the case. I think the only thing NASCAR 21 Ignition got from R Factor 2 was the bugs. So yeah, man, NASCAR 21 Ignition was a mess, and I say was because after that review I did, I haven't touched it since. So yeah, for all I know, they could have pulled a Drive Club or No Man's Sky, and NASCAR 21 Ignition could be a masterpiece right now. But based on the Steam reviews, it doesn't look like that's the case. I was gonna jump back into it to see if they fixed the mountain of issues with this game, but I think I'm just gonna take my L and move on, man. Next on this list is Dirt 5. Now, this is another one that hurt me because the Dirt and Dirt Rally games hold a special place in my heart, with Dirt 3 being my favorite. For me, Dirt 4 had always been the weakest title in the franchise until Codemasters dropped this abomination of a Dirt game. I take that back. I take that back. It's not a bad racing game. It's just a bad dirt game. Because at least with Dirt 4, I could see what they were trying to do. But I don't even know how this game got the green light to be given the Dirt title. Dirt 5 has more in common with MotorStorm and Onrush than any of the previous Dirt games. And I know Codemasters have the WRC license now, so I don't know if the next rally game is going to hold the Dirt name or be a WRC title. I just know Codemasters is going to have to do a lot to regain my trust and to get me to spend my money on whatever they release. Alright, so next up is going to be Fanatec's BMW GT2 V1 steering wheel. So let me just say it. It was a nice steering wheel, but it was just too damn heavy for the belt-driven wheelbases. End of story. Fortunately, Fanatec has released the V2 BMW GT2 rim, which is still a little bit on the heavy side, but light enough for the Clubsport and CSL wheelbases to manage it. Yeah, I was holding on to my V1 for some odd reason, but I forgot why, so I think it's finally time for me to part ways with this as well. And last but not least, it's iRacing. Yeah, I know. Hear me out. Hear me out first. Now, this is more of a me thing and not an iRacing thing. I've said it before that I'm a casual sim racer, and the iRacing waters are just way too deep competitively and financially for me to swim in. I tend to hop around from sim to sim depending on what mood I'm in, and iRacing demands a way bigger commitment than what I can give it. And I know for a lot of guys, iRacing is all they play. They might dabble around in one other sim, but for the most part, it's iRacing or nothing. So yeah, I just think it's best for a casual like me to just stay out of their way and let those guys enjoy their race. Now, I know this last one's gonna get me in some hot water, but your choices were for iRacing to make this list or for me to bash into your rear bumper at turn 1 at Monza. So yeah, man, that's my 7 worst sim racing purchases I've made. Hopefully this video wasn't too long. I'm gonna get up out of here, so don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Thanks for watching. It's T-Bukin. I'm out.